What is up, guys? John L. here. We are going to be playing Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Nintendo. This is the game that was featured on the cover of Nintendo Power 10. Let's see, 9 is Tetris. 10 is Batman. And 11 is Super Mario Bros. 3. So this was on the cover of Nintendo Power 11. And it is pretty fairly or widely thought of as maybe the best Nintendo game on the system. I don't really have any arguments against it. I'm not really a huge Mario guy, so that's kind of the only knock. Let me just turn down the volume. And the one thing I can say is the game is huge. That's why I wanted to get an early start on this. While I was practicing this, it takes like hours to get through. The first Mario game was like 8 levels with 4 stages. Super Mario Bros. Game was 8 levels with 4 stages in it. This game is like 8 levels with like, I don't know, like 10 stages. Plus, you know, like castles and airships and all that kind of stuff like that. So it's really, really, really a big game. And the one knock I would say about Super Mario Bros. 3 is that it doesn't have a save. So if you want to get through it, you just have to get through it all at once. And I never beat this when I was a kid. One of my buddies, Gino, he had this also. Well, I had it as well. And he actually sat through and beat it. And I was there and I saw him do it, and it was pretty insane because after going through it, it's like, yeah, you have to sit through hours to get through this game. So what I'm going to try to do is just get through as quick as possible. There's kind of a little bit of a open world, not open world, but I guess you can choose your own path. So you don't have to go through all 10 stages of each level. And there's actually some pretty difficult stages that you probably want to avoid, but I'll try to just make it through as quick as possible, and hopefully won't take too long. So Mario 3 is a huge game, and it just introduced so much stuff. I mean, it definitely took all the good stuff from the first Mario and Super Mario Brothers, I mean. Whoa. And just added like a ton more like power-ups and suits. I remember everyone was just going crazy after Raccoon Mario. So was I. I was like really excited. Mario could now fly. It was really cool. And then there's the Hammer Brothers Mario, the Tanuki Mario, the Frog Mario. There's just so much stuff that they added. In fact, I think they kind of added like so much stuff that it doesn't get featured, you know, too prominently, which kind of sucks. I mean, they created, you know, like awesome stuff like Hammer Brother Mario, and I definitely would have liked to have used it more, but some of the stuff is kind of sparse. But either way, I mean, you can't complain because it really is like a phenomenal game. And there's just so much hidden stuff, and you know, instead of just regular Koopas or Bowsers or whatever you fight at the end of the levels in the original Super Mario Brothers, you fight like, you know, the Koopa Kids, which is really cool. So if anything, Super Mario Bros. 3 just took everything from the original Super Mario Bros. And kind of expanded it into something really great. You know, you get like these extra lives at the end of the stages. So this is the first world, and I guess it's just kind of like the regular old green pastures type thing. Everything's pretty easy. What you really want to do is start just collecting all these items and everything for later in the game when things get a bit more difficult. There's all these side games. It's pretty insane. I screwed that up. The visuals, I guess, are definitely better. Like, the first Mario was pretty nice looking. I mean, nobody's ever going to complain about what it looked like. And I don't know, I mean, I look at like Fire Mario right now, and again, not being like the biggest like a Nintendo fan, or the biggest Mario fan, I really think that Mario World looked a lot better. I mean, this game looks really good for like a Nintendo, but I actually like the characters for Super Mario Brothers too. I think they look nicer. I feel like I should have kept fire. So you always have to fight these guys, and there we go. By the end, you'll definitely have the timing down to make easy work of him. But yeah, I guess the most appropriate comment to say about Super Mario Bros. 3 is there's just a lot of stuff going on. And you have all types of levels, regular ones, you have underground levels, you have like water levels, ice levels. Lots of levels now are like puzzles where, you know, you need to do specific things, use P blocks, and there's just so many new innovations in Super Mario Bros. 3 that it's just, I don't know, amazing if you ever kind of compare it to the first Super Mario Brothers. The only thing, again, is it's just long. It's a real long game to get through. Alright, and the first level is actually pretty short. I mean, there's only like 6 stages. But that definitely increases to like 10 later on in the game. Some of the cool stuff is, like, later on there's like the levels where like everything's huge. I remember being like really impressed by that. Even though it's kind of weird and gimmicky, but I mean, you just saw so much stuff in Super Mario Bros. 3 that you've just never seen before. And I mean, I would definitely consider this game more of a true sequel to the first Super Mario Brothers, more than Super Mario Brothers 2 for the US. Because I know there was the Lost Levels. Alright, and I'm not one of the people who memorize this. Oh, you're gonna see how terrible my memory is. So yeah, right now should be a pretty easy run through the first couple levels. And I always just get the middle one. You'll want to just save your lives and save your power-ups for the later levels. And it gets definitely more difficult. Alright. So I do remember playing this when I was younger and just thinking how big and how impressive, I guess, all of this was. I mean, the airships and the castles and all the different Koopas and everything. That's like a big step up. I mean, even though Mario is a kiddie game, it feels like this was definitely kind of more of a step in like an adult type direction. Not in any like themes or anything, but it's just a lot bigger, a lot more challenging. Alright, let's see what we can do. So all the bosses are more or less the same. They shoot something and you just need to jump on them 3 times and you get a staff, but I think how difficult the airships get later on makes the bosses kind of a little bit more challenging. And some of them have like some gimmicks. I don't know the names of all the Koopa kids, but I know one of them, he like, you know, is a fat looking one. He kind of slams down and stuns you for a little bit. So alright, that was actually pretty quick. Cool, and we got the P-Wing. So I'm not going to use any of the warps or gimmicks like that. I think the P-Wing lets you bypass stages. I'm going to just go through, you know, legitly, honestly. The only thing I'm going to do is not hit every stage just because it takes really long to get through this game if you do that. So we'll try to get like a pretty direct path and just get through it quick. So I'm going to take a little break and then we will go ahead and continue with World 2. So I'll see you guys in a bit.